little over 100 years of football, and we have just started the first decade in which one of the most prestigious positions in all of sports is being dominated by black men. Think about it. We could potentially be starting off the 2021 season with 10 black starting QBs. Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, Jameis Winston, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Cam Newton, Jalen Hurts, and Teddy Bridgewater. Now, I personally, it's Black History Month, I personally feel like we need to overlook their body of work and make sure they stay on that path to greatness. Russell Wilson, yes sir, it's nice to meet you, man. Yeah, go ahead, have a seat. How's Sierra doing? Okay, you taking care of them goodies? Boy, you are a lucky man. Listen, the reason why I wanted to speak to you first is because to a certain degree you have laid the foundation for the black quarterbacks to come after you. So let's see what you got here, man. A Super Bowl in your second year. You are the second black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. And the 2 is your lucky number. Shout out to Doug Williams, by the way, first black quarterback. Yeah, you know. Okay, you got the history. You've done a lot with very average or below average receivers. You made Doug Baldwin a Pro Bowler 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. I know 1 year for sure. So Tyler Lockett has looked good under you. Obviously, DK was a high draft pick for that reason, but so far so great for him as well. You got a 95.3 passer rating in the playoffs. Man, listen, you've had a hell of a career already. Again, you've missed the playoffs, one time in your entire career so far. You've never had a losing record. You're a first ballot Hall of Famer. But none of that negates the fact that you played god-awful in your last playoff game. 174 yards. Hold on. 174 yards, 2 touchdowns. Really, you threw 3 because you threw a pick 6. So you threw a touchdown to the other team on 40% completion. That is the worst game by far I've ever seen you play, especially in the playoffs. Again, I just told you you had what? A 95.3% passer rating? Okay, all right. Well, listen, I anticipate you to get it back on track. But until then, we used to do this thing in school where when I got in trouble, teacher used to draw. You see that little circle on the wall over there? Yeah, there you go. All right. So we used to have to go put our nose in it, and we'd stand there until the teacher, A, felt like we had reflected enough and we learned our lesson, or B, until the end of class. So there you go. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, me and Russ just finished up. Yeah, nah, he's standing over here with his nose in the, turn around with his nose in the corner. Yeah, go ahead and send it to Deshaun. Thank you. All right. Mr. Watson, yes, sir. It's good to see you again. Now, listen, man, we just spoke a few weeks ago, so I'm going to keep this short. I've said it to you once, I'm going to say it to you again. Listen, I am extremely proud of what you are able to accomplish this season. Now, I don't know how you put up the stats that you did and the team only comes away with 4 wins. That's absurd to me, but I promise you, you will be okay. Yes, I'm sure. 4,800 yards, 33 TDs, 7 interceptions on 70% completion. That's elementary, my dear Watson. Man, look at what Aaron Rodgers did. Okay, he threw 500 yards less than you and scrambled for less yards than you. Now, essentially, he threw 15 more TDs, which I take the 15 more TDs in a heartbeat. What I'm telling you is 4-12, 13-3. It don't make sense. All right. No, I appreciate you for stopping by again, man. It's good to see you. Take care of yourself. Hey, don't go to the Jets. Watch out now. There you go. How about them Cowboys? Dakota Rainy Days Prescott, boy. Go on, limp in here, man. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You know what I'm saying? Now, for real. Turn around, Mr. Wilson. But yo, man, how's the ankle? Okay, man, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it, man. We have been awaiting your return. No, Dalton didn't do that bad, but I mean, listen, you are our quarterback. Be completely honest with me, man. What made you not sign that contract? I mean, that $175 million most overall, 106 to 110 million guaranteed most, $35 million a year. Now I understand Watson came in and got a contract higher than that. Then Mahomes. Now you weren't gonna get Mahomes money. As long as we're on the same page with that one, you wasn't gonna get Mahomes money. $45 to $50 million a year. Now you wanted 45 in the last year. Okay, 5 years from now, I kind of get it. But why didn't you? My thing was, you said no because your agency said no. Then you dropped your agency. I would have just signed the contract and tried to renegotiate that last 4 years from now. You're gonna get a renegotiation. So it must have been something in the fine print. Yeah, I know you can't talk about it. It must have been something in the fine print. We're just gonna leave that there. Outside of that, man, I believe you to be a top 10 quarterback in today's league. Drew Brees is gone. Phillip Rivers is gone. Ben Roethlisberger may be on his way out. So that's even more reason for you to propel to potential top 5. I've talked to 2 guys before you. I want to talk to one after you. I believe are already there. But that still leaves room for you. I need you to work on one thing. Stop playing from behind. Find the end zone early and often. It's 4 quarters in a football game. Y'all should not be dragging to come back from down 2 or 3 scores every single game. You've got the highest paid running back, highest paid receiver, highest paid tackle in the game. Figure it out. Okay. All right. I appreciate it, man. No problem. Go on limp up out of here. Listen, I know it's I kid, man. Hey, I seen your little old commercials, man. Send me one of them sleep numbers. Okay, you will? Alright. I'll never see it. Jameis Winston. Hey man, you know what this is? You want one? Too soon? My bad, man. Hey, listen, man. The reason why you're sitting here is I personally wanted to say, I saw that moment when Drew Brees went to the sideline. He had tears in his eyes. He's thinking to himself, how could I have played this bad for my farewell game? And he put his arm around you. He's pointing out to the field, and he's, And I don't know what he said, but I just felt like, okay, he's passing him the torch. He's got up next. They call you trash. They call you garbage. I defend you for one reason and one reason only. Understand something. To throw 5,000 yards and 30-plus TDs in a season, it's impossible. You can't be trash. You can't be garbage. That means you have a lot of potential. Now, understand, I'm not about to bypass them 30 interceptions. I can't put enough emphasis on how bad that is. That is abysmal. There you go. God awful. Thank you. That is that bad. So I don't want to look past or make it seem like, oh, it's no big deal because you put these 2 great stats up at you through 30 and 7. That's ridiculous. We're gonna go with God awful. So I just moving forward, I want you to know that you have a lot of potential because you're in the realm of 7 other quarterbacks. Let me see. You've got Dan Marino, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, Matthew Stafford, Patrick Mahomes, and the most recent quarterback to throw for 5,000 yards, 30 TDs or more is Jameis Winston. There you go. Winston. Yes, sir. Winston. All I ask, man, is that you make this work with Sean Payton. 30 interceptions. I don't see that happening with y'all, but 30 interceptions is utterly ridiculous. But again, you have the potential. You and Sean Payton, y'all put something together. I have nothing else for you, man. All right, I appreciate it. All right. Hey, let somebody else give the speeches. Quite frankly, I don't give a damn. Well, you should have thought about that when you're throwing pick sixes in the playoffs. Speaking of Mr. Lamar Jackson, I call you the famous Jet Jackson. Come on in, man. Jet Jackson, yeah, famous Jet Jackson. You didn't watch Disney Channel growing up? How old are you? Oh, yeah, what? You was 1 year old when that show came out then. Look, me showing my age. Man, listen, I'd like to apologize. I said that you would never make it as an NFL quarterback. Coming out of college, I said you wasn't going to make it as an NFL quarterback. I said you would be a receiver, and they would find out that you probably couldn't catch. Then they would turn you into a return man. You probably have about a 5-year career in the NFL. You have proved me wrong. Not only have you been successful as an NFL quarterback, 81% win percentage, you've also managed to win second unanimous MVP, youngest MVP in NFL history. So regardless of what I say, you can play this game on the professional level at the quarterback position. With all those accolades, I'm sorry, I just don't believe that you are good enough to consistently win in the playoffs yet. Now, you've got all those accolades. You've got the 1,000 yard season. You broke the record for the rushing at the quarterback position, but those accolades are on the ground. You play the quarterback position. So yes, you're adding to your responsibility with your legs. If you want to win those big games consistently throughout your career, you have to become a better passer. Listen, I understand that you don't have the best receiving options. What I'm telling you is all of the greats figured it out. Aaron Rodgers, 2 year ago when he lost Jordy Nelson, he did not struggle, not one bit. Deshaun Watson this season, 4,800, 33-7 on 70% completion. Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl, and his best receiver was who? Doug Baldwin. Now, understand Percy Harvin did end up playing in that game, but he was better return man than he was receiver by that point. And the next season he was gone, and they still made it to the Super Bowl. So I'm just telling you, at the end of the day, yes, you are a phenomenal athlete, but I believe you can be better as a quarterback. And listen, I believe you have the potential to be the best quarterback mechanically to have ever done it. But it's going to start with you getting in the film room, not only improving your abilities, but the abilities of those around you. Huh? No. I am not making this about wins. I am only speaking about individual performance. Okay, so individual performance, you have 4 playoff games. You've thrown 3 interceptions, 5 TDs on 55% completion. So all of that 81% in rushing yards in the regular season, again, I commend you for it. But that's regular season. You have been a top 5 defense and a top 5 run game. Your organization has been a top 5 defense, top 5 run game the last 2 years. And y'all have won 1 playoff game. That's not okay. So, yeah, the receivers and the running game and the coaching, all of that can get better. Focus on you first. Focus on you first, and then we'll talk about what you need outside of that. Look, I'm not picking on you. I'm not hating on you. Russell Wilson is standing over there in the corner for how abysmal he played this playoff. Hush! I'm just trying to make sure that's not you next season. Understood? Okay, man. Just get better. That's it. That's all. All right. I appreciate you for coming back. All right now. Hey, tell your uncle to quit all that doggone cussing. What you mean who? Samuel. Patrick, you may not be my buddy. Patrick, you may not be my friend. But Patrick, you are my homeboy. Patrick Mahomes. It's nice to meet you, man. Come in, sit down. Listen, this is going to be the shortest conversation so far. Let's look at what you got, man. 5,000 yards and 50 TDs and an MVP on your first full season. Got a Super Bowl win. That shootout with Tom Brady in the AFC, it was a masterpiece. You did your thing. Super Bowl win and a Super Bowl MVP in your second season. And you have made it now to a Super Bowl for your third season. So you got 2 Super Bowl appearances, the AFC Championship, regular season MVP, Super Bowl MVP. Damn, son. Now, I don't know what's going to happen this Sunday, but look, congratulations if you win. Congratulations if you don't, because you'll probably be back another season. Listen, with those numbers, with these statistics, you're going to surpass everybody. Now, I'm not talking about just in football. If you continue the pace that you've been going at, it's going to be you're not going to be the greatest quarterback. You're not going to be the greatest player in NFL history. You will have been the greatest athlete. You will have put together the greatest athlete resume of all time. Make no mistake though, your resume will only make it to that level if you continue to improve. Don't become complacent just because you've got Super Bowl appearances, MVP, Super Bowl MVPs, all that good stuff. Listen, one day Travis Kelce will be gone. One day Tyreek Hill will be gone. One day you might be without Andy Reid. And what will you do then? Like I told Lamar Jackson, it is up to you to not only continuously get better, but better whatever talent they have on their field. So if they try to replace Travis Kelce with another, athletic receiving tight end, that's fine. You're good to go. If they try to replace Tyreek Hill with another agile speedster, that's fine. You're good to go. But what happens when there are no longer options? What happens when that offense switches up to accommodate a new play style? There you go. You got to get better, man. So, look, I ain't got nothing else to say to you. Again, congratulations, win or lose this Super Bowl. But I appreciate it, man. Hey, be honest with me. Who got more side pieces, you or Travis Kelce? Listen, man, I mean absolutely no disrespect to Cam Newton, Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, or Theodore Bridgewater. I just want to see more from them this upcoming season with potential new situations. Everybody except for probably Kyler Murray, who will be in another great situation to have two legendary receivers. So, to give y'all just a little bit, Jalen Hurts won his first NFL game against the number 4 overall defense and number 4 passing defense, New Orleans Saints this season. He was robbed of an opportunity to have his second win and a come-from-behind victory against what essentially was a playoff team. Redskins win, you're in, lose and go home. So I hate that that was taken from him. Kyler was elected to his first Pro Bowl this season. It took him 2 seasons. I mean, Cam Newton was in a Pro Bowl his second season, and so was Russell Wilson, if I'm not mistaken. I think Cam Newton went his rookie season. He went to a Pro Bowl. Teddy Bridgewater made the playoffs his second season and went undefeated with a new his first time going to a new franchise with New Orleans Saints, but went undefeated with the New Orleans Saints when he was their quarterback. Actually looked pretty good this season. I would like to see him, those interceptions go down, but if I'm not mistaken, he's completed like 69-70% of his passes this season. Cam Newton, it pained me to leave him off of the interview list or the sit-down list, but we're talking about he has the record for passing yards as a rookie. He was an MVP, really should have won potentially 2 different MVPs. 2018, he got injured, and has a Super Bowl appearance. So he could have potentially, with Kaepernick and then Cam Newton, could have potentially, well, Donovan McNabb made one too, but he could have potentially been the second black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. Speaking of which, Colin Kaepernick, I do disagree with the way that you went about certain things, but I do appreciate you kneeling on the behalf of social injustice for the black community. So that is not something that you had to do. And I'm pretty sure at a point in time, you had people in your ear or standing over your shoulder telling you you're jeopardizing your career. You did not care. You kept your poise in doing your due diligence for our culture and the black community. So thank you for that. Listen, man, if you feel in any way that this generation of quarterback, or hell, any generation of black quarterback for that matter, hasn't revolutionized the league, I feel like this generation has revolutionized the league to a completely different level. If you feel like they haven't, you got to make it make sense. You can argue, you can fuss, you can whine, but at the end of the day, it has to make sense. Are you drunk?